guys, today I wanted to do kind of a different kind of video. I wanted to do a video of where I see myself in 5 years. Right now I definitely feel like I'm in between a lot of stages in my life. We're in the middle of moving, but we have to wait for the house to sell. Just nothing feels quite right now. So I'm trying to look ahead and look positively, and I kind of wanted to talk about where I see myself in the future, in the near future. I see myself in a city, but in the country, like very close to a city, but living in the country with acres and acres of land and cows and chickens and ducks and goats and all kinds of lovely creatures. I see myself being a single mother by choice. I would adopt a child and he would be homeschooled. I just think it would be fun and it would be a good time. I feel like I would be really close to my child. We would do a lot of stuff together. We'd go, maybe not to the zoo, because like we'd kind of have our own zoo. Maybe like the aquarium or like different theme parks and stuff, and we would just spend a lot of time together. And I see myself being like a family vlogger. I'm hoping YouTube is still around in 5 years and they haven't done something stupid. Like right now they're really cracking down on minors being in videos, but hopefully they'll work it all out, because I think it would be a really cool job to be a family vlogger and to spend time with your family and have that be your job. That just sounds like so much fun, and I think it would be really cool to see like a single mother taking care of an adopted kid. I think that would be a cool dynamic, and it would be something different, something you don't see all the time on YouTube. I see myself being very creative still. I'm really a creative person, and I don't see me not being creative in the future. Probably doing more paintings and stuff, maybe doing some blogging or something, maybe a book, something like that, while also doing YouTube. And I feel like if I did do family vlogging, I'd also do other stuff. It wouldn't just be about me and the kid. It would also be more videos of me talking about Taylor Swift, you know, talking about just things I care about and different things and books and stuff like that. I could see myself having like a family store or something, or some sort of place where I sell things I make, maybe. I don't know if I would ever be good enough to actually sell the stuff I make, whether it's paintings or whatever I do in the future. But I think it would definitely be a dream to make some money off of being creative. I definitely would love to make some money on YouTube. That is a dream for sure. I see myself having a nice little farm, maybe a little garden, but I'm really not good at keeping things alive other than animals. So I don't know how much I would garden, how much I would do stuff like that, planting, things like that. Maybe have a little herb garden. I could see me making some cilantro or something, having like outdoor bunnies and making a bunch of herbs and stuff, and then just throwing all this fresh vegetables into their pen and have them eat fresh, nice vegetables and everything. And definitely rescuing a lot of animals, having a couple barn cats, having some dogs, goats, definitely, and a cow. I've done some research on some farm animals. I think it would be cool to have some capybaras, but they're like kind of an exotic animal, and I would definitely make sure that everything is good for them and I'm not just getting a wild animal and, you know, not knowing what I'm doing. But that would be a lot of fun to have something like that in the family. And I want some poodles. I want some little dogs. I love having a big dog, but it's kind of inconvenient since I'm a smaller person. I can't lift him, so if he gets hurt, I can't take him anywhere. And just in general, I can't take him places. And it would be so nice to just like go to the store and bring my little dog with me. It's hard to do that with a big dog, especially one that's old and doesn't jump up anymore. Like, he doesn't go up the steps anymore. He doesn't sleep with me anymore. He sleeps downstairs. So it would be nice to have some little dogs that I can just scoop up and carry and take places. I have always felt that I would never, ever, ever, ever give birth. I would never get pregnant, never have my own child, but I've always thought that I would adopt. When I was a kid, I wanted to adopt one child from every continent, but now no, that is way too many kids. I want one single kid that I adopt from America. Probably someone I know, most likely, and they can just like switch it over and have me be the guardian and have things run smoothly and not have to worry about anything, because I know adoption can be such a nightmare and can be very expensive too. But I feel like if it's a family friend, everything would run more smoothly and there wouldn't be so many issues. I think it would just be like all over a better experience. So I would definitely see myself doing that. I'd never see myself having a baby though. I would see myself adopting like a 4-year-old or 5-year-old, somewhere around that age. I feel like we would be very close and we would spend a lot of time together, especially because he would be homeschooled, because I do not trust American school systems nowadays. It's terrifying, and I would feel like my kid would die every single day, and I just can't see myself being okay with that. I still want to experience taking care of a kid, and I think homeschool would be really fun. When I was a kid, I wanted to be homeschooled, and my parents both worked, so obviously I couldn't be, but I think it would be cool to see how it goes to homeschool a kid. And a lot of YouTubers I watch, they all homeschool their kids and things seem to be working really well for them. Plus you get a bunch of discounts at like bookstores and stuff, which is awesome. I definitely see myself with a bunch of hamsters and maybe a couple betta fish. Rats, I would love some rats. I would love like a horde of guinea pigs. A herd of guinea pigs. I don't know, a bunch of guinea pigs. I think it would be cool because they very much thrive in like a family thing. They really don't like being alone, and I think they'd have a lot of fun just hanging out with each other. I would rescue all of these animals. I don't know what kind of rescues are in other places, but here we have quite a few different rescues. We have one that's small animals like bunnies and stuff, and sometimes they get rats or mice or something else in, but it's not just dog or cat. And I think pretty much anywhere there's going to be a family that gets a hamster and then their kid loses interest. I feel like that's like a common occurrence. I just swoop in and grab your hamster, and now it's my hamster and I take care of it and love it forever. I would love a big giant tank of like 3 or 4 dwarf hamsters. That would be so cool, and like 4 different wheels and, you know, everything. Make sure they all have plenty of everything so there's no like, you know, fighting for resources or anything like that. I haven't had very many animals, but I feel like when I actually have my own house and can make my own decisions and my own rules, I feel like I might go a little overboard, but hopefully it'll be okay and the animals will all be taken care of and everything. I love smaller animals. That's really where my passion is. So I definitely would see myself getting at least a couple hamsters and a fish to have inside the house. Last year or the year before, I actually went to a psychic. I didn't believe anything that was being said or anything, and I wasn't putting too much like, ooh, this is the truth into it, but I just wanted to see what they'd say. One thing that they said was, when I'm 27, I'm going to find the love of my life, and he's gonna be like outdoorsy. So either his job is like construction or he has a farm, something like that. And we would get married and I would end up like adopting his kid. Like he would be a single father and I would end up taking care of the kid with him. And I would absolutely love that. The only thing is the mother would not have to be in the picture because I do not like sharing, and I feel like if he had shared custody with the mom. I really wouldn't like that at all. I wouldn't like being the other person and like that's their family. I feel like I would be like an outsider and I don't like that. I would want him to have like full custody of the child so we could really, you know, take care of the kid as if it was ours and have our little family. I think that would be really, really good. That would be like the perfect scenario because then he would have both parents. It would be more fun to enjoy having a kid with someone else, but I don't really see someone else being in the picture. I see me taking care of the kid by myself, but like obviously I'm not opposed to having someone else there too. I would love that. That would be ideal. That would be the perfect situation. I don't know. I'm not putting too much into having someone else there. Like nowhere in my plans for my life are getting married and, you know, having someone there all the time. That's really not something I care about. More so would be adopting a child and rescuing animals and stuff like that. I don't need someone else there with me. I can do it myself. Like, I don't need a man for nothing. But those are just a couple things that I see myself being and doing in 5 years. I see myself being financially stable, which homegirl isn't right now. Working from home, definitely. Spending time with my kid. Being creative, doing YouTube, doing paintings, and being happy and feeling like my life is fulfilled. Having a nice brick house on a million acres of land, just enjoying every day. And I think that sounds like the perfect thing. That sounds like such a great life. And hopefully that will end up being my life in 5 years. And I'm 23, so in 5 years I would be 28. Who knows, by then, maybe I am married and I adopted a kid. You never know. Isn't that crazy to think about, that 5 years you could be a completely different person? You could have a family. What? That's insane. Like, people my age have kids, and I'm like, I am a kid. What? I couldn't imagine taking care of another person right now. I'm still trying to take care of me. But more power to you if you can actually do it, because that sounds like the hardest job in the world, being a mother. But it also sounds like the most rewarding. So I definitely want to experience that. Just, I never see myself having my own kid. That doesn't, no. I'm like terrified of pregnancy. It like freaks me out, so like no thank you. And also I feel like there are already so many kids in the world. Why would I add one more? There are so many people that are struggling and really need a family, and I can hopefully then later I can provide that for them and get them out of a really bad situation. Like, it seems so selfish for me to have my own child when there are already so many kids that need a family. Like, no shade to anybody who wants their own kids and wants, you know, to pass on their bloodline or whatever and really wants to have a kid that's half them and half the love of their life. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I think I would not ever do that. I would never have my own child. I just don't see myself. Same thing with breeding animals. Like, never in my life would I go to a breeder and get an animal. I would go to all the local shelters that have animals that are going to die if you don't take them and love them and care for them unconditionally. Like, why would I go to a breeder and be like, I want this dog. I want you to make me this dog. Like, disgusting. No, that is so not me. Like, I would absolutely go and find, you know, a dog that needs a home and a person that needs a home. Like, take them both in the same day. Take them home. You're mine now. There's enough in this world already. I don't need to create more things for it. But that's just how I feel. That's how I think my life is going to go. And I'm excited to see what happens next, because right now nothing is going right and life kind of sucks right now. So I'm hoping that once things settle down and I don't feel like I'm constantly in this transition period, I feel like I'm you know, able to sit down and relax and not worry about anything and not be like, well, I can't do that because I'm moving. I can't do this because I'm moving. But it's not up to me when we move because someone needs to buy the house and then we have to buy another house. And it's like, there's so much happening. But I'm really hoping that in 5 years, I will be a happy little bean with a happy little family and a bunch of animals on a farm. That just sounds like the perfect life to me. Let me know what you see yourself doing in 5 years. How old will you be in 5 years? I feel like 5 years ago, if I said where I'd see myself in 5 years, I would have been 18. I would have like just graduated high school and have started college then. I would have thought in 5 years I would have my own house. I would have lots of money, be financially stable, and that hasn't happened yet. So hopefully in 5 more years I will be financially stable and I will have my own house and the whole list of everything else that I want in life. Hopefully I'll have it, or at least be on my way. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you wanna, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.